What's going on, everybody? Coach CHRISPECTS, the wise guy on YouTube. Smash that like button, hit that bell so that you know when I'm going live next time. All those good things. Great to be back live. It's Friday, September 20th, and I thought I'd jump on here and do a live with you guys, do some Amazon tips and a Q&A. Give me a second here. There we go. So in this video, during this live, if you guys have any questions for me about selling on Amazon, whether it be private label selling or retail arbitrage, just say something in the chat and we'll go through the questions as we get them. Let me know if there's been any breakthroughs for you this week. Be curious to hear if from last week's live or some of the clips that we did, if you had some breakthroughs with regards to your Amazon selling business. I'd like to hear that. But we'll wait a few seconds here, let some people get into the chat, and then we'll go from there. I have some stuff written down, but let me know if you're on right now and where you're from. Just say something, tell me where you're from, what's your name, and we'll give you a shout out here. See. Let me just adjust something here. What's up, everyone? Smash that like button if you're on. Okay, so let's talk about, first let's talk about retail arbitrage and how that is all going. I know there's a lot of people who watch these videos solely for the retail arbitrage that we're doing. Posted a lot of videos last week. I'll try to do that again this week, a lot of clips. So my goal of 600 units every week fell apart last week, which happens. Week 1, we did 615 units. Week 2, we did 585 units. But in week 3, we did like nothing, like really ultimately did nothing. I think that's partially because week 2, we didn't get our shipment out on time. We wanted to get that out by Wednesday and start fresh, but that didn't really end up being shipped out until like Monday. So no excuses there, but by Wednesday, I think what we'll do is we'll get back on track Wednesday and keep going. So week 2, which is ending, realistically would have ended Wednesday. We'd be into week 3 would have ended Wednesday. We'd be into week 4. Now we're into week 4 now. And, you know, we have really essentially our inventory from week 3. So we didn't ship anything in week 3. So it's a 0 week for us, but back on track for week 4. We'll try to get back to 600 units and go from there. We hit up store-wise. I did go to to Winners and to Walmart again, and really just didn't do enough volume of stores. So that was, you know, at the end of the day, that's really what it came down to. Just too much other stuff going on, not enough time allocated to going to stores, which was disheartening for me. I think, I should have planned that better. But won't happen this week, that's for sure. What else? We're still waiting for that last shipment of inventory to arrive at Amazon. It actually hasn't checked in yet. So we're still waiting for that inventory to show up. Then I can optimize it. Again, just making sure that I do things like grass, run the auto pricer on all the new units, which a lot of times with the auto pricer, as soon as you upload it to your inventory, whether it's active or not, you can turn on your auto pricer. It doesn't have to. I don't believe it has to have arrived at Amazon yet. And then I'll bulk add it to my ads in my PPC campaigns to make sure they are in there. With some of the inventory that maybe we're buying more volume of, I'll run specific ads for those, targeting those. So in this video, I think what we're going to talk a lot about, as much about as possible, is we're going to talk about driving sales to your Amazon business. How can we drive sales to our Amazon business? How can we increase impressions on the products that we're selling on Amazon? So we know that once traffic is on Amazon searching for your product, that you can capture that traffic and those customers and those eyeballs by running your automated pricer and your repricer. That's how you'll get the business. That already exists. But what you need to do now is you need to figure out how you can drive more traffic to your Amazon store, to your Amazon products. As you grow your inventory and as your inventory rises at Amazon and as you're creating PPC ads, what other kind of ads do you need to create and run in order to drive more traffic to your Amazon store? So we'll talk about what ads you can run and where you can run them. And if you have any questions specific to that, let me know. And we will talk about other platforms you can run your ads on. So, for example, let's dive right into that. So most Amazon sellers focus on either just getting their products to Amazon and letting their products, or letting Amazon hopefully sell their products, having them on their platform. They're not necessarily using other platforms to drive traffic to their Amazon products. So let's talk about that. How can you drive more traffic to your Amazon products, to your Amazon store? What other avenues can you use? Obviously, there are a few. Facebook would be a great start. Shopify or creating a Shopify store, drop shipping your products would be another great start. So if you created a Shopify store and added all the products that were in your store into your Shopify store and drop shipped your products from Amazon to your customers who bought through Shopify, that's another way to do it. Running Instagram ads specific to target products that you're selling on Amazon is another way to increase sales. But at the end of the day, all you have to think about is all the different platforms that are out there and start crossing them over. eBay, Shopify, Facebook, Instagram. What else would you use to drive traffic to your store? You could use Pinterest. You could use Twitter. You could use, I'm thinking of other social. I'm not on Snapchat, and I wouldn't know how to do that. But any social media platform, especially if they allow you to run ads, and you're at the point where you want to leverage money that you have to capture sales, because the return on investment with ads is going to be better than the return on your investment with just your buys alone. To explain that a little bit further, if you bought a product for $5 and it resold for $25 and you made $8 on that product, you're looking at 150% return on your product approximately. However, if you run a Facebook ad for $5 and it generates $95 in sales, essentially that's like 4x the 150 or 600% return on your investment, because you're only spending $5 to generate $100 in sales that likely you probably would not have captured had you not been running ads through a variety of platforms and just figuring out how you can drive traffic to your Amazon store. So a lot of what I'm going to be doing this week, and a lot of the work I do from 12 p.m. to 2 a.m. are going to be setting up a lot of these additional ways to drive traffic to Amazon sales and teach people how they can do it too. I'm going to spend a lot more time in my Facebook group teaching sellers how to do this specifically once they have a lot of inventory at their store. So, and I have, again, when you start selling on Amazon, you need to start creating a lot of Facebook pages and joining groups around the niches of the products that you have. If you're retail arbitrage, it's going to be hundreds and hundreds of pages that you're going to join and that you're going to interact with on a day-to-day basis, because you have products that are going to benefit the people in those groups, and you're going to need to start throwing those products out there in a way to present them to people in those groups as solutions to, the questions they have. For example, if somebody's talking about, a cleaning supplies product, they don't know how to get stains out of their carpet, and you have something in your inventory that does that, throwing that link with, the message, I tried this, it worked, why don't you give it a shot, is going to drive traffic to that product. And by joining as many groups as possible in the niches and areas of the products that you're trying to promote, that's how, that's one effective way to start to build growth in your Amazon store and start to see a variety of sales for your Amazon products, for your retail arbitrage products. And it works the same way when you're doing private label. When you're doing private label, all the brands that you create, you're going to want to create Facebook brands, Facebook groups for your product, Instagram pages, Twitter pages for that product, so that you can communicate as the brand itself, driving traffic to that niche and growing a small database of people. Ultimately, shifting everything over to an email database. I don't know what I was watching. I was watching YouTube the other night, and forget who it was that I was watching, but it was the same concept. But it was about, you don't own your brand until you've captured the database of people who buy products from your brand. Because ultimately, Amazon own your brand because they own the names and the emails and the contact information of the customers that buy your products. And at the end of the day, until you've captured that information and grown it, and and there's a name for it. I don't know what that name for is. If you know, put it in there. Put in the comment what you think that name is. But there's an entire system and an entire marketing strategy of, all about building your brand and grabbing that database of customers so that you can ultimately grow your brand and grow your niche. But solidifying your brand based on your database is a huge thing on anything that you do. And it all transfers to your Amazon store at the end of the day. It's not about your brand name of your Amazon store, but it's about all the products that you're sending in there. And it's about driving customers to that products and using other platforms to drive sales through your Amazon store, whether it be drop shipping or linking your Amazon products through ads, or whatever the case may be. All those ways are going to help increase sales, if not double your sales right away. The fact that you're doing that is going to set you aside from a lot of sellers. That's for sure. So we'll talk a lot about that. I think I'm going to try to create some small, quick videos and screen shares on how to do that type of stuff. Some simple ways on how to, generate business in that market if you have time. Like if you have an hour a day, that's all you need to run a few ads and join a few groups and contribute in a few groups and post a few things about your, products and start to drive customers, and start to read different content out there and just start to promote and get into that promoting mindset. So, like PPC does for you. PPC is just so easy to set up and easy to run, and it's so automated and it's so effective on the Amazon platform. That pay-per-click, although it's so easy, people just set it and they forget it. But they also forget that that's one fraction of what you should be doing when you're trying to grow your Amazon store. You should be running Google ads and Google campaigns, and you should be running Facebook ads, and you should be running Instagram ads. You should be learning all those things so that you can start to really, really capture the amount of income that you're missing. You should guarantee that you're missing a lot of sales. If you're selling on Amazon, you're likely missing sales. You're likely not getting sales for some reason. And you probably know why. You probably know why you're not getting sales, what you're not doing right. You probably have an idea. For example, I'll give you an example. If you're not automating your price, if you're manually adjusting your price, you're probably missing sales. Customers are probably coming to Amazon searching for a product that you have in your store and in your inventory, and they're finding it, and they're finding your product, but you're not in the buy box because someone else is automating their price or someone else has a better price. Therefore, they're getting the sale. I always say selling on Amazon is a game of seconds. The second you don't have the best price is the second that somebody wants to buy your product. And so if you have multiple products, just think that that's happening for every product that you have in your inventory. Therefore, you need to strategize, how can I effectively increase the closing ratio in which I sell on Amazon, how I sell on Amazon? What things can I do to capture all those sales that I'm missing? So those are things you got to ask yourself when you're building your Amazon business, because if you're experiencing good sales right now, then there should be no reason why you can't 4x your sales, especially if you're a new seller, by adding in advertising on other platforms, adding in, creating pages for your products on other platforms, joining other, joining pages about products and niches that you sell on, that products that you've brought in. If you're in the baby, if you've got a lot of baby inventory, you got to join baby groups. You probably should be in 100 baby groups. You should be in 100 dad groups. You should be in 100 mom groups if you have baby inventory. And then every so often, as people are having conversations, you can drop links and you can drop, or just titles of products. Search this title up on Amazon. It's, baby soap, and it worked for me. It's a great product, whatever the case may be. So if you have any questions about that, let me know. Just hit me up. What else is on my mind? Came here really to do a Q&A and give you guys tips, but no one's chatting. So if you have any questions, let me know, because I don't really have anything specific that I need to go over. Okay, see what we got here. Oops, didn't mean to do that. Did I log off? Maybe I did.
Do you need me to be there tomorrow to distribute the uniforms?
No.
You don't need any help? Or should I offer help to Jocelyn?
No, Karen, I'm not.
Oh.
Can you, please? I don't know how I jumped back over